Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another StarCraft 2 game. We're going to hit this button, we're going to get things started. Now, it's been a while since we've done one of these. This right here, we have the red Terran, HyPpEr. Down over here, we have myself, because I felt like doing one of my games for a while, as the blue Protoss. Now, this is over on the North American servers, and I've only played a few games, but Jesus Christ, you Americans... You're going to yell at me, but you Americans suck at playing video games. These ladders are so much easier than the European ones. But yes, this right here is a platinum level game, and I'm not a platinum level player. I'm silver or gold at best. So, but I won this one. A little spoiler for you, but never mind. As we can see, I have sent out a horrendously early scout, and I've supply blocked myself. And the reason why I've done this is because I felt like going for a cannon rush. Just because I felt like doing it. Build a bunch of cannons in his base just to mess with him. But I forgot that you need a forge. So I supply blocked myself for quite a while for no reason. As you can see, the Terran player, not doing a whole lot anything special. Building his supply depot out here in the very corners of his base, so nothing sneaks up the back entrance there. In his actual main base, just building a bunch of SCVs. Barracks has just been dropped. Myself, I've scouted all the way around the map. It's now 2 minutes and I've still not found him, and I still don't even have a forge. So this cannon rush is not going to be a rush at all. It's going to be the slowest cannon rush in the history of slow cannon rushes. Never mind. My probe has finally heading in the right direction. It's going to completely miss this scouting SCV, but that's not the end of the world. But we're going to get there and we're going to see that there is a barracks and there is stuff there. Actually, that's a lie. I'm not even going to go over there. Because on this map there is only the 4 spawning locations, here, 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 and here. I obviously know exactly where it is, so we're going to start our cannon rush here. Decided to throw it down here, so I can put some cannons here, stop any sort of expansion coming down. Then I was going to run my probe in and drop some in over here. However, supply depot there, barracks is now up, with Fred heading out onto the field, so this plan is going to go down the shitter fairly quickly. Never mind. Pylon has finished building, and there we have our first 2 cannons. Now in this probe goes, but he's going to run straight into Fred, and Fred is not having any of this shit. He's going to machine gun the hell out of it. That probe needs to run away fairly quickly. Is it going to die? No, it's not. It's going to get all the way out of there. And my cannon rush has now failed miserably. Back in my base, still building up a whole load of probes. Haven't got anything else other than my forge as of yet. The SCV from HyPpEr, he's gone exactly the opposite track I did, so he's gone all the way around everywhere. Finally, at 4 minutes into the game, we have the first gateway. Because why not? We're starting to build up quite a few probes, very close to being saturated. Dropping down the second pylon before I get supply blocked, spreading out my power usage. This lone SCV is now decided to run back into the base. And as we can see, back over here in HyPpEr, have this first bunker down, stopping any sort of early aggression. Second barracks is now going down, and we do have a command center. This map is massive, so normally people tend to early expand. So this is not the end of the world for me. This SCV has found me. It's going to wander around my base, dropping down the cybernetics core. Do have a gas, but we have no one on gas. There we go. Finally getting someone on gas. There's no real need for this second gas, if you're wondering why I haven't taken it. Because at the moment, I'm not spending the gas enough. So what's the point in wasting the SCVs? Chrono boosting out my first couple of units because I'm starting to panic. But over here we have, oh my god, he's wasting a load of SCVs attacking the cannon. Why? Why do this? All you've done is waste your SCVs. Can I kill another one? No, I can't. But all you had to do was take out this, and it would have been fine. You've lost, if I load up the units lost tab, he's lost 9. 450 minerals worth of units, and most of them are SCVs that he's lost. This right here is probably the bit where I won the game, because he did supply block me for a little while by taking out this pylon, but the amount of workers he's lost. If I go to the income tab, the number of harvesters, I'm now doubling him in harvesters because he's lost so many. This right here is the turning point in this game. Most StarCraft games are like seesaws. There is this one moment in the middle where you can sit there and go, ah, that's where I lost the game. And that right there was the moment that screwed him royally in the ass. back in my base, just building up more stuff, chrono boosting out my warp gate technology, dropping another couple of gateways, just trying to build up some sort of units. Because I was starting to panic at the moment, because my cannon rushes failed, I supply blocked myself, I played terribly. So I was expecting masses of marines to come running into my base, and these 2 cannons wouldn't be enough to do it. So I'm just trying to get as many units out as quick as physically possible. Back over in his base, he does have this bunker filled with some extra marines and a single marauder. This marauder, look at him, being a beast there with his giant great rocket launcher of a cannon. Does have the second orbital command up, both gases are up as we can see. He's managed to spend his gas quite well. He does have a tech lab with stim on the way, a reactor is now down, with another barracks, just because why the hell not? This single supply depot is still over here all lonely, being a lovely little cube. My probe is just come out to scout, just keeping an eye on the expansion timing. It's always a good idea just to keep an eye on whether he's decided to expand. I have no idea that this is here. If we look at my vision, I can only see he's got a single barracks. So I really need to get some sort of scouting in there as quick as possible. The SCV sees the bunker and gets blown to smithereens. So, not the most effective scout. Never mind. While I was doing that, we do have a couple of pylons getting me some vision so I can warp in additional units. And I've decided to drop the expansion down. Slightly late. We're now 9 minutes into the game. So this is going to be late either way. Do have 4 warp gates that are now up. Researching +1 weapon. That forge has been up for a year, so I thought I might as well use it. Building up quite a small fort, smallish for this sort of moment in the game, of stalkers now, dropping an additional couple of cannons just to keep the defence up. Terran are bastards to play against. They usually roll in with a big force like this, and if he'd moved in now, probably could have won the game. However, he decided he wanted to wait a little while longer. This expansion is finally moving out, and here we have the Ghost Academy dropping down, so he could be going for some sort of cloaked ghosts with nukes, could be going for all sorts. Has finally managed to build up his SCVs, but he's still not doing well. To be fair, I've not exactly built many for a little while, but that's not the point. He's decided to run out, take this watchtower with this SCV, so he's just going to sit there for a little while, keep an eye on what's going on, but I'm not planning on moving out anytime soon. I'm just building up my economy at the moment, trying to get this expansion saturated, pumping out all sorts of SCVs, probes. It's very early in the morning, I don't know what I'm talking about all that much at the moment. Now building up slightly more mixed force, got a bunch of sentries in there, trying to spend some of the gasps. And finally, at 10 minutes 51 seconds, we have a robotics facility. If HyPpEr had been going for Banshees, I would have been absolutely screwed. As you can see, I've dropped a couple of cannons at the back of my base. This is just to hopefully try and deny any sort of drops, but 1 or 2 cannons isn't really going to be enough. It's not the end of the world, but never mind. Over here in hyperspace, he has got his missile turret up so he can detect any sort of DT play coming towards him. As we can see from my stuff, I'm not planning on doing that, but he doesn't know anything about that. Sending his units out, going to try and take out these destructible rocks at the back so we can expand for a 3rd time. But still back in my base, still not doing a whole lot. He does have the cloak, but as we can see we do have the cannons up on here, so he's not going to be able to sneak anything into the back of my base, which is always nice to see. Have supply blocked myself again, so we're going to drop a couple of pylons down. Quite a newbie thing to do, really. You shouldn't really be getting supply blocked to platinum, but never mind. Back over in his base, we do have, holy Christ, we have the world now in barracks. He's dropped another tech lab on so he can pump out more ghosts and marauders, and now he's going to move out, try and push towards my base, but we now have quite a few units up. We do have 4 warp gates up, fully up and operational. Do have an observer coming out, so that's going to be warped in as soon as possible, get that over his base, see what's coming. And we do have a robotics base. We're going for the Colossus route in this game. Usually, once you have about 3 gates up and your warp gate, that's when the Protoss, you'll be able to scout and see what sort of tech route he's doing, whether he's going for DTs, high temp, Colossus, whatever. This single marine is being stimmed in, trying to run in and see what he can see. But I can see this lovely army outside my base, and I don't appreciate that one little bit. So we're going to take all my units and we're going to go get rid of it, because hey, why the hell not? Using the Guardian Shield, which is always a good way to do it. However, should have moved in closer, because all these units at the back are running around doing absolutely nothing and they're being completely useless. A lot of Guardian Shields being used there. That's not going to help me at all, but he's going to back the hell away, stimming out of there. And that engagement didn't go so well for me. I lost more units than I really should have done. This single zealot stuck in the middle, not being able to slice anything at all. But back in our base, we do have the first Colossus out on the field, just trying to save up enough gas for the moment to start the thermal lance. There we go. And now HyPpEr, he's been good all game. He's starting to build up quite a lot of minerals and gas, so he needs to be spending it on something. That observer comes in, manages to see quite a lot, sees the fact he now has 6 barracks up, so he's going heavy on the marine and marauder front, but gets taken out quickly by the marines and anti-aircraft cannon tower thing there. Missile turret, I forgot what word I was looking for there. Never mind. Putting another couple of missile turrets now up, just so I can't scout him anymore. And we do have... Excuse me, I'm just sneezing. That's what we have. We have a sneeze! We do have the Mobius reactor, increasing the starting energy of ghosts so they can cloak Freeman longer than they should have done before. This expansion is now up. Doesn't have a lot of SCVs, as we can have a look. He's still lacking in the harvested section here, but these OP mules, meaning his income is pretty much the same, even though I have 10 more probes than he does. Oh, Terran, you're so silly. We do have the first Colossus out in the field. We do have another one in production. Dropping down another couple of gateways, because as we can see, I'm starting to build up quite a large force of money. I'm building more stuff than I can really afford, to be honest. Never mind. This second Colossus, we're building 4 additional gateways now, because why not? We had the money for it. We do have a Twilight Council going down in the back. We have finished both upgrades, so we need the Twilight Council to go any further. We're going to go for the weapons level 2, I think, first, because, hey, why not? The Thermal Lance upgrade has finished for my Colossus. They're going to be even more outraging these Marines than they already were before. He is now finally, he has got his starport up, is popping out some medivacs, so they will be able to heal all his lovely shiny units here. Also, we'll also be able to start some drops. Lifting up this barracks, he doesn't want any more Marines out of that. He's going to go build another one over here. Here we go, there it is. But he wants this reactor on this starport as quick as possible so he can pump out as many medivacs as he physically can. As we can see, this planetary fortress is now up over here. It's still got some SCVs, but not all that many, and that was a slightly random mule, son. What was the point in that? This mule is now ticking down. It's going to sit there and do absolutely nothing. That's probably about 30, 40 minerals now down the toilet. Does have this another expansion up over here. He's going to be taking this over here, probably for his 4th. Kind of have a choice on this map. But what do we have here? We have a very large force moving out towards his base, but at the same time we have 3 medivacs with 2 spare just because, hey, they wanted to come for a ride. They're all going to come back and they're going to do all sorts of crazy damage to the back of my base, and I have absolutely no idea it's coming. Just kind of chill here for a second at this watchtower. I don't know why. We could have been attacking. Never mind. These couple of Marines trying to back the hell away. I'm going to assume they must have been following the medivacs. But this single solitary cannon is not going to do anything. And we have a whole bunch of probes here not doing anything. Can it take anything out before it's destroyed? No, it can't. Not even a single medivac. And that's taken down fairly quickly. We do have this expansion coming down over here at the back. These probes need to get the hell out of there. Trying to warp in some additional units because this massive attack force is going to come straight in for the middle. I just attack moved. There was absolutely nothing there. Big EMPs coming down from these ghosts, but these zealots are chopping through everything. They now have, what's the one? +2 weapon has started, not quite finished. Ha! Colossus with 10 HP left. Very nearly taken down, but they're just going to chop everything apart. Needs to keep moving in because these units are just getting ripped apart from these units at the back here. But never mind. Taking out this front expansion, and now we're going to shoot everything. However, back in my base, we have everything chopped apart. Warped in some additional zealots to try and attack something, but they're not doing anything. He now has a mighty force of 7 units in my base, chopping everything apart. Focusing fire down on these pylons, trying to warp in some additional units. But this base is completely screwed for the moment because most of my attention is trying to do everything to try and build more units over here, build more units over here. However, I think I've just sacrificed this base for the moment. Very nearly had another Colossus out, but it's not the end of the world. As you can see, these units are just steamrolling this base right now. This planetary fortress could be a bit of a trouble. Not the end of the world, but could be a little bit of trouble. But we do see this expansion has now dropped over here, and he's building an additional 5 barracks because he's got a hell of a lot of money right now. He needs to spend it on anything possible. As you can see, this attack force is now just shooting everything freely. They're going to come in here. They've taken out every single probe over here as well. They're going to destroy everything over here. So I'm just relying on income from this base. If we look at the income tab, for some reason, I've got more probes, but he's using his mules, so he still has a lot more income than I do. Never mind, not the end of the world. This attack has now destroyed his main base completely, taking out the engineering bay that he did absolutely nothing with. He got 1 upgrade from it the entire time it was up, taking out the ghost. We're now going to wander over here, check there's no expansion down here, and just look for his expansions now. This attack force has now taken out the nexus here. He's managed to destroy and power down this, so I'm just warping in zealots now, trying to build up some sort of units. Dropping another couple of cannons, just hoping he doesn't come out this way. At the moment I only have these 2 warp gates operational, everything else has been powered down. This single probe is going to try in and come in and power up these units, but it's not going to happen anytime soon because these units are just going to come in and blow it up. He's seen the first pylon going down. Is he going to come and take it out? Yes, he is. But he's not. He's going to come and take the other one? Yes, he is, so we need to cancel that. Didn't manage to cancel that one. Never mind. He still has no idea that this expansion is even up. Building another forge, because obviously he's taking out this one. I wanted to build some cannons, but at the moment, I don't have the power supply down here to build cannons. This is not going very well at all. These guys now just blowing up everything over here. My army up the top, +2 weapons. Didn't even get a chance to finish. So now we're getting a little bit confused. We sent a probe out. No, we're not. We haven't even sent a probe out. He sent an SCV out, trying to scout out something. But this army is now sitting there going, where the hell is his base gone? Holy Christ, he's got another base somewhere. I might lose this game. This is not going very well. This army still just trundling around, taking out this nexus. Back over here, we do have another gateway down and a cybernetics core. Cybernetics core needed for those important stalkers, because zealots, they don't do very good against marauders because they just could be kited, and then it's just not that good at all. HyPpEr now down to a mighty 8 harvesters, trying to build as many marines as possible. Has got 1 reactor down, but not the end of the world. He now has 6 barracks up, trying to plug out as many marines as possible. And now my army's decided we're going to let him have a break. I don't want to lose that. This Medivac has seen this base, so he knows it's coming. This single stalker is trying to chase it down. Is he going to be able to chase it down? Is he going to be able to shoot it? No, it's got away. This poor stalker is now completely useless. Blue units streaming back across this map, trying to get in there quick enough, trying feverishly to drop power supplies so I can actually kill something. But these probes need to run the hell away. They need to run away. There we go. Run them away. Don't try and attack with them. What are you doing? What are you doing? Luckily, this single probe has now managed to escape the base, because I would be so screwed right now if that hadn't happened. Because I'm supply blocked and I have no probes to build stuff with. So I would have had to have lost some units, but never mind. This probe is now out there. Going to drop down a single pylon just to get me some sort of supply as soon as possible. Back over here, HyPpEr just trying to build marines now. Trying to get, hasn't even got any reactors at all. He's just trying to build as much stuff as physically possible. My single harvester is now just running around the base trying to look for an army. He's managed to pull these medivacs back. However, he's dragging them straight to his base, so my army is just chasing them right now. Warped in quite a few zealots over here, so they need to get, there they go, they're going to go off for a chase as well, so they're just going to hopefully kill everything. We're going to sit on this watchtower, and now we're going to see an attack move straight into the middle of his force. Managed to keep some of the marauders alive, however these marines are not going to do very good. However, massive EMPs coming down, draining all the shields. These stalkers are getting ripped apart. Where the hell are you going? Why are you going over there? You're completely useless to this fight. He's dragged all the SCVs off as well. These units getting destroyed right now. However, another force of zealots have now come in. Medivacs, they're trying to attack anything, but they're not doing anything. There we have the GG, and now we're going to go in, destroy absolutely everything, because he has no units left at all. Another bunch of zealots in his base. There we have a GG from me, because this was a good game overall. Never mind, and there he leaves the game, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, that was enjoyable. Subscriber casts. I've got about 10 that I need to do. I've tried to do them about 4 times. but I keep getting about halfway through and then realise I've not recorded, or my sound's broken, and yada yada yada. So I will keep doing them. Please keep sending them in. The link will be in the description below. I don't know, I just pointed at the floor there, because you could obviously see that. But yes, keep sending them in, DuvamilStarcraft@gmail.com. If you've never played StarCraft 2 before, go buy the game. It's genius. I'm tempted to do some sort of how-to videos of how to play like the basics of various races, because I play all of them, so why the hell not? As you can see, just at the end here, did have a hell of a lot of gas, but never mind. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.